Okay, hello all. And I think initially there was some issue with the network, which usually is thanks to BSNL. And yeah, it's one of the major issues in West Garwals. I mean, it's definitely the network, and we are trying to sort things out. And even in this kind of platform, it's very important that this internet connectivity, because all these things these days, there's internet has so much of power and so much of reach and everything, but without that it will be difficult to reach to so many of you. So basically, yes, to start with, let's have in the first attempt there were some questions which I could not answer. So there were a lot of questions about why this DSC is not restarting and all those things. So we are just awaiting confirmation from basically the government to go ahead. We have prepared the roster system and all those documentation which was required, and as soon as we get the green signal from the government, which we are pursuing, and we are following it up, and we will as soon as possible we will basically restart all these exams. So yes, network, basically yes, it's a issue because more and more subscribers. The issue with the urban area is that there are too many subscribers and the number of towers are very limited. So the only solution being more number of towers. So we are pursuing the matter with the operators and as well as with the localities. So please, if some of you are interested to have, please come forward, and there's more number of towers have to be set up, so that is the only solution. So we need to provide there is a space for the towers, and which will basically just resolve the problem. But the good thing is, yes, basically the USOF program, which is the project which is there, under which there are a lot of new towers have been allocated to West Garo Hills, and hopefully we will try to sort out the issues with relating to their activation, and with more number of towers things will get better. So yes, we are working on it, and so let's on this stream, please let's focus on career counseling. So one of the questions is asked by Manrik Sangma, how to stay motivated while preparing competitive exams. So basically, and the biggest of them, the UPSC exam. In fact, there are several specific videos I have made simply on motivation, why motivation is important, and how to keep yourself motivated basically throughout the exam, because these competitive exam cycles are for years, and if you don't clear in one attempt, then the second attempt will be there, then the third attempt, fourth attempt, so it's very difficult to keep going. So one of the best things is that once before you give your first attempt, you should be fully prepared, and you do your due diligence. You do your the entire syllabus and everything, practice previous year's question paper. I mean, ensure that you are 100% before you give your first attempt, and try to do your best in the first attempt itself. So that is very, very important. And then in your incremental preparation, basically try to read new material. If you have read one book on a particular topic, and in the next attempt you read some other book, because on every topic there are so many several books are there, and if you read the same books, then it becomes a very boring, and it's difficult to stay motivated in that case. So what I did during my various attempts is that I read various different books for the same topic in each attempt, so that kept on increasing to the knowledge, and it was interesting, it didn't get boring. So that is something, and you have to engage yourself with something. I mean, if you solely prepare for exam, and then it's very difficult in the free time what to do and all that. So it's better to get a part-time thing, even if it's a low-paying thing, or even if it's a non-paying thing. Volunteer for a social cause or something like that. So you keep yourself going, and you keep yourself in the right direction. So that is very, very important to stay motivated. Now, one of the questions, please explain a little bit about the PMEGP loan. Yes, those who are entrepreneurs and those who want to start their own businesses, it's very important to know about this wonderful scheme. And now the scope is getting better and better, basically because the amount of loan which can be given is increasing. So that's very good. And if you see around us everywhere, there are so many of our youth around us who have already taken the benefit of this PMEGP loan, and they have started their business, and many of them have repaid the loan also, and they are now trying to take it again to expand their businesses. So it's simple. Basically, you make a business proposal and you upload it. There is an online application, and if you are struggling with the online application, then you can go to the district industries office, and the general manager there and the officers there, they will help you apply. Other agencies like KVIC and KVIB also will help you apply, and your line department can also help you apply. And I mean, those in Tura, you are lucky that this Prime is also there, so you can go to the Prime office in Dakobre, and they will basically help you with the application. So it's a wonderful scheme, and I encourage all the entrepreneurs, if you have any business ideas, to please make use of these loan schemes. And there are other schemes as well. If you are interested in piggery, then there's piggery mission. You can form a cooperative and take loan. If you are interested in other things, please go to your respective line department and please ask about all these things. So so we have more than 100 viewers watching us, so that's good. And please share these whenever there's a live stream, so that we can get more of youth, more questions, and it will benefit basically everyone. So the next question is, after BA, can I do MBA? Yes, unknown CSR, you can do MBA, you can do anything, you can do MA also, you can do anything. Basically now, see, those days are gone where everything was so rigid, and after with BA, people used to do MA only and all those things, but there's nothing like it. I mean, you can do anything. In fact, UPSC is the biggest example. Like all disciplines, whatever you are, doctor, engineer, or BA, BSc, you can give the exam. All they ask for is a graduate. So basically, it's up to the clarity. If you have received the clarity that okay, this is your thing, then you should go with that. Don't think about whatever you have done in the past. For example, I did BTech in mechanical from IIT Kharagpur. But while giving UPSC, I choose public administration as my optional subject because I loved the subject and I wanted to read more, and it made more sense to choose, to select public administration because it's more related. Like mechanical and engineering is not not directly related to administration and public service and all those things. So you can always do a change after once you have realized that there's something else you like, and whatever you're currently doing you're not liking. So okay, so now moving on to the next question. Is 1 year enough to crack UPSC starting from scratch? Meg D has asked this question. See, anything is possible at the end of the day, but that depends on where you stand, basically. So some people basically they have read well in their school days. Their foundation is very good. Foundation is excellent. Their GK is excellent. They have been following current affairs while studying in college. So if you are that kind of person, maybe yes, but generally I would say it's difficult because the syllabus itself is so vast, and when you say general studies, it's literally everything. So it takes a bit, and definitely I will stick to my first point that it depends where you stand, what is your level. So from there, but generally I would say it's difficult. So let's take the next question. At what age did you start preparing for UPSC? When it comes to my case, I started when I was 23. I joined my first job at 21, then 2 years after working. Then I quit my job and went for preparation. So, yeah, I was 23, 24. But there's, I mean, of course, you can appear with the age of 21. So that's that. Ajit Hajong, he's also IIT aspirant, so all the best. And IIT is more of a exam which is directly relating to the IQ, and it's directly maths, physics, chemistry. I mean, if you have that kind of level, you can practice and improve it and solve it. UPSC is more of a where you have to have the passion to know more, the passion to learn little bit of everything, and all those things are there. So it's more of a work hard kind of thing. Next, let's see. Can you explain bit of public administration? This is my subject. Can you explain bit about, see, what is public administration? Now, when you say management basically is how to manage things. All those managerial theories are there, the principles of management are there, division of labor, decision making, etc., etc. When the same principles are applied to basically your public service or public institutions or government institutions, so basically that is referred to as public administration. So it's a much broader, you can say, perspective, and the reach is much more. When we say management, maybe it is pertaining to a particular institution, and within the institution or between couple of institutions. When you say administration, the impact what you are talking about is much more larger, and the stakeholders are many, and mostly everyone is a stakeholder when it comes to administration. So it's fascinating, and I would suggest that those who are interested in public service should definitely take public administration or read public administration. So it will give you a wonderful insight on how administration and how government functions, and basically that is the fundamental backbone of everything which is happening in our country. So it's a fascinating thing and subject, and that is why I really liked it, and I took it as my optional, and I also did MA in public administration distance course while preparing. So this is again a very good idea, because those of you who are just sitting and preparing, so for you it is like advisable that while you are sitting at home and preparing for some exam, may as well complete a master's or some kind of diploma distance course, basically from any university, like a open school distance. It's IGNU is there, and there are many others are there. So basically it's a good idea to do that. Now, taking on the next question, Songadamni Hero, sir, please suggest what will be the best option for filmmakers. So filmmakers, now there are platforms like Skillshare. Skillshare is obviously one, and there are so many online courses on filmmaking. And earlier, if people used to want to go learn filmmaking and videography, cinematography and all those things, they had to perhaps go to places like Mumbai and other places where there are established film industry and the professionals are there. But now, with in the age of internet and digital era of this, the whole thing, it has become so easy, and every kind of content and every kind of learning and every kind of skill is available online. So there are many YouTubers who have learned their editing and everything, just by this looking at other videos and do it yourself, basically, DIY, do it yourself. And there are other courses on the Skillshare which are like really wonderful, and people have benefited really very much with these kind of this thing. So for filmmakers, I would suggest if there is an issue with the going somewhere and doing some kind of courses. So do some online courses, do some films, and basically while you make these documentaries, you will learn a lot. And right now, if you ask me, for example, in Garo Hills, we need to talk about so many things, about environment, about youth, about what is right and what is happening, about career counseling, about social change, about helping others, rural development. So there is a lot of scope of making movies about all those things. And while you do that, I think you will definitely learn a lot. And definitely, if you can make some film with a message, it will have a great impact on the society as well. So that's the best option. And I know there are many people now, basically, who are interested in these kind of filmmaking, video making, editing, YouTube, vlogging and stuff. So by doing it, I think you can learn more. And all these kind of courses, and in fact, Skillshare is maybe subscription based, but there are so many free YouTubers who give these kind of advice for free also. So you can search their videos and learn. Now let's take up some more questions. May I know what are the scope those who passed M Pharma? So yes, I mean that's kind of restricted to the field of medicine. But these days, as I said, if you are interested in anything else, if you have done M Pharma, B Pharma, but you are interested in coding and you love coding and you are good at it, I mean, the platforms like Relevel, they give you the chance to give those exams about coding and get selected in the companies. These companies, and rather most companies, I would say these days, they are not interested in your what kind of degree you have. That is, I think, the old days where these kind of things were there. But now people are more interested in your skill. So if you are skilled in something, then there is no issue. So B Pharma, M Pharma, if you're not getting the opportunity of pharmacist or in any kind of medicine field, and if you're interested in something else, you can take up that also. So okay, but by the way, I mean, this time we have got so many questions. I remember the last stream which we did, I mean, there were very less questions. And one of the things I asked all the youth, you should ask more questions. So that is very, very important. So now today we are having so many questions, so which is wonderful. So now let's take up the next question. Can I crack MCS or UPSC CAPF if I only prepare for UPSC? For UPSC. This is question by MAGD. So see, why UPSC? It's like the mother of all exams. So when you prepare for the toughest or the the most intense exam, the other exams will you will feel a little bit relatively easier to give. So for example, when I was preparing for UPSC, in fact, when UPSC is something which is now well known because so many people are talking about it, and you see the basically those all India officers or central service officers everywhere. But CAPF is a relatively less known thing. So even when I decided to go for UPSC at that time, before going to Delhi, I had no idea of what this CAPF is, and only in Delhi I came to know about this exam. And since it was so similar to UPSC, I decided to give it. And since we are preparing for a more intense and rigorous pattern of examination, the others will come easy. So that is why perhaps I was able to crack the CAPF first, and I joined as a IDP assistant commandant in ITBP. So it's that is why I have been asking youth who are interested in public service to go for UPSC preparation. If you go for UPSC preparation, other exams you will feel relatively easy to crack, and you can crack them first and get a job, and then continue your preparation for UPSC. So that is why it's beneficial. Samrat Arman has asked, can I crack IIT? Now only you can tell, and time will tell whether you can crack IIT. But one thing I'm sure, if you work hard and if you are determined, then nobody can stop you. So please just focus on the exam, work hard, and take the previous year's questions and start solving, and I'm sure you'll crack it. So book list for book list and all, for UPSC I have already on my I will share the this thing. In fact, I will share it in the chat itself. I have a blog earlier before starting this YouTube channel. I used to write on my blog, so all those things are there. So I will just share the link in the chat. Here you go. So this is the blog, geniespeaks.blogspot.com, and UPSC preparation. So here everything relating to UPSC preparation I have put. So all those, I hope you can see the link and you can hit the link, and all these book lists are there. For other exams, of course, it may not be easily available for MPSC or MCS or MPS. So basically, you have to follow the same book list. Look at the syllabus, look at the basically what are the subjects: history, civics, geography, what are the portions, and you can use the same book list of UPSC. So that helps, because this is a larger picture and you can read it selectively. Now for DSC also I have made a separate video, full detailed video for DSC, so please watch it on my channel itself. Now let's take another question. I'm a medical student currently doing preparation from a coaching center in Guwahati. Here expensive the coaching fees. Why not these facilities in Tura and Karo Hills? Yeah, so it's another this Rakning Sangma has asked this a very interesting question. So again, see, you have to see it as a business opportunity. Those people who have prepared in this exam and they have done well, maybe not cleared it, but they have done well, they know how to crack it. It's a great opportunity for you to start these kind of coachings. And recently some small coachings were started also, I think last month, about this IIT and about this some other bank exams for NEET and all. Yes, so we'll try to find out some entrepreneurs who have basically background of giving these exams, and we will try to help them through various initiatives to set up a coaching center. Like finally we were able to get the center for the exam, NEET exam here. So I think we will also work on getting some, I encourage the youth, local youth, you all can start the coaching here itself. So that way local employment will be generated, and you can basically, the young students will also be benefited. Of course, we'll try to get some guest faculty from outside also, but I think we have enough talented teachers and professors, lecturers are there who can help you crack NEET exam in Tura. So I hope, soon we'll come up with some kind of coaching. Those who are interested, they can come and discuss with me, and we will see how we can help you. Okay, so now take next question. Master in Political Leadership and Government, good course to go with. This is Jiancheng Sangma is asking. See, any course is good or bad. Basically it depends on you. What is your interest? What do you want to study? What do you want to achieve in your professional life, basically? So that is one of the important things. That is why thinking about the end is very, very important. So let's suppose you have no idea what you want to become. Now you have no direction where you want to go. Where you want to go, this side or this side or this side, you have no idea. So you're just, you're just blindfolded and you're just going anywhere. So you will not reach your destination, because the direction, whatever effort you put, you are going in the wrong direction. So first of all, everyone who is listening, and we have more than 284, so wow, good number. So everyone, first think about what you want to do. Now in our professional lives, let's say we spent around maybe 30, 40, 50 years also in some cases, right? So it's predominantly your entire life you are going to spend in your professional sphere. So if you do something which you don't like, So that will be disastrous, right? So that is why first you have to decide what you want to do for your career, and that should be something which makes you happy. See, happiness is the most important thing. So once you decide that, then what kind of course is good, what kind of coaching is good, what kind of job is good, that everything will fall in place. But first you decide what you want to become. I hope I have answered your question. uh, there are some kind of personal questions also. I don't know, this stream is about career counseling, so I don't know why you are asking all those questions. Anyway, so Tura Medical College still lagging. See, medical college, yes, there it's a huge project, and we are constantly monitoring it. And when it comes to such a big this thing, there are issues relating to the building and the land and the materials and all that. And it's a big project. I mean, it's a huge. I think it will be the one of the biggest campuses Tura will have. So of course we are monitoring that as well, and we'll try to expedite, but not at any the quality also has to be very, very good. uh, okay, let's separate video DSC. Yes, coach YouTubers, I have already made a separate video for DSC. Please go and watch it. It's in the career counseling playlist of my channel, so you hope you'll find it. Otherwise I can leave the, you can just search DSC and with my name it will come. We don't have exam center in Tura for the competitive exam that we youth are facing a lot of, as we don't have exam center. I hope you are following the updates from the district page. We recently conducted the first ever NEET exam, and the process for other exams also are ongoing. And if you remember, we had done an online survey, a Google form. We had asked how many people are giving which exam, and based on that survey and ultimately so many letters being sent from the administration, ultimately this NEET exam was conducted. So now once the NEET exam is conducted, now the testing agency, NTA and others will have a easy decision to make for the remaining exams as well. And I hope in the future soon, I mean, we are aiming for NET exam, we are aiming for the UPSC prelims exam, and or the bank exams, and so many other exams. So we'll try to ensure all exams happen here. So yeah, that's something we are working on, don't worry, and we'll try our best. Okay, so sir, graduated with chemistry as an honors subject, what job should I aim for? Now again, these kind of questions, I mean, how can I tell you what job you should aim for? So you basically have read chemistry, so if you are interested to read it further, then you should go for masters. If you are interested in research, then you should go with the PhD or NET exam, become a research fellow, and then you can do so many other things. If you want to become a teacher, if you are interested in teaching, then basically B.Ed and stuff, then you can teach chemistry. In all those vacancies are there in the schools. So it totally depends on you. I cannot tell you anything what you should become. Your parents cannot tell you. It's ultimately you should decide what you want to become. Which test series did you go for? I didn't go for any test series because the time was less, and after my first attempt, I fairly felt comfortable, and I was in fact teaching, in one of the coachings. So that was helping me revise, and I got to read so many question and answers of others. So there was no need of writing any test series for myself. Let's take another another question. Where there'll be exam center, central recruitment jobs? Yes, we are trying. Everyone is keen on the centers. Yes, once again, we are trying our best, and hopefully next is basically this UPSC and NET exams will be conducted here. Okay, now let's take another question. Where there'll be exam center, central recruitment jobs? Yes, we are trying. Everyone is keen on the centers. Yes, once again, we are trying our best, and hopefully next is basically this UPSC and NET exams will be conducted here. Okay, now let's take another question. Where there'll be exam center, central recruitment jobs? Yes, we are trying. What are some of the challenges one may face while working? Jyotishman has asked, while working as a civil servant. Challenges are everywhere. I don't think you should worry about that. And challenges is essentially it's not a 9 to 5 thing. So basically, you have to understand that it's not a job. So it's a public service. It's a career. So you have to go beyond the mandate. And yeah, I mean, the work is, of course, the quantum of work is very overwhelming. And there's so much to do. And but then you should not basically see it as a challenge, or as a basically something which is overburdening you. Rather, it's an opportunity. So it's the total, it depends on how you approach. It's a general perspective towards life also. So if there is no challenge, then what is the basically what is the motivation? So in fact, there's a link between motivation and challenge. So when you get something challenging, then only your engines, they start, and they give your full throttle to go forward, right? If something is not challenging, then what's the fun in doing it? So, and in fact, challenges are everywhere. In public service, the quantum is I would say very high, and there's so many things to do. And yes, there will be you'll have to deal with public, and you'll have to deal with public representatives, and you'll have to deal with so many agencies. So balancing act, understanding the you'll have to be a role model for them, and you'll have to exemplify your leadership. There's so many things, and every job has challenges, so it's not very specific to this. So please advise book list for essay preparation, so that I would be able to write essay. I don't know why this people take it very very in a very separate way. If you look at it, essay is essentially a long answer, right? I mean, there are short answers, there are 100 words answers, there are 200 words answers, and then there are essays which are 1,000 words or beyond. So essay is something where you have to go into very much detail. You have to start with the surface, scratching the surface of the question, and then go really deep to the center of the question. And flow is important, and the way you ensure that all the dimensions are covered, that is also very very important. Sir, why there are no PSUs in Garo Hills? Okay. So basically, there are no industries in most of the, if you see the northeastern states. So that is like because of one reason is basically, of course, because of the terrain also, and there are certain issues, and it's the land availability is also one of the issues. And basically, readily land is not available. Getting the land